Are we on?
Yeah.
All right. Start the introduction.
Welcome to the 2023 Horsie Rebel Network mock draft version 1 with only 2 people. It's a test run. We got PG Money.
Sir, getting a feel for the 2023 draft.
Sir, and then we got me. And I'm going to do the
Early
editing.
season mock draft.
Sir. Oh, shoot.
All right.
Alright, so we ran
So
the
we'll be
lottery.
alternating picks.
Uh-huh.
And, we simulated the lottery, so these picks, may or may not be true, obviously, depending on how the season goes. But, yeah, I'll be getting first, and then Nick second, and then back and forth like that. And, let's get it started.
Alright.
All right. So,
Number 1.
now, many people would consider the first pick in the draft to be, just a clear winner for Victor Wembanyama. But
Oh, shit.
I see
Oh, no.
Scoot Henderson
Come on.
going number 1.
Come on.
But in this draft, since the Rockets are picking first,
Oh, yeah.
they don't need Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, no.
So I'm going Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, because who do they have on point guard? Well, they got
Kevin
Jalen
Porter Jr. and Jalen Green.
Yeah. So they're good. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. The Nets are third? Oh, my God. All right. So the Pelicans, from what I remember, they got Brandon Ingram. They got Zion. Yeah, it only makes sense. Scoot Henderson, number 2. Point guard. G League. I didn't know they could do that now, but yeah. That's my pick.
You picked Scoot Henderson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, third overall pick, this is the Nets. Now, obviously, the Nets, we'll see what happens with the rest of their season. But for now, they're not looking too good. Kyrie's out because of anti-Semitic reasons. But he should be back soon, hopefully on Sunday. So, the best thing to go with is, if Kevin Durant doesn't want to be there anymore, then, I don't know. So, we're going to just go with a forward because Royce O'Neal is not going to cut it, right? So, my pick would normally be Amen Thompson, right? Because Amen Thompson, of course, is one of the... If Scoot Henderson and Victor Wembanyama didn't exist, Amen Thompson would go number 1.
Yeah.
But I just don't see him going number 3 anymore. I don't see him that high anymore. So I'm going to pick Cam Whitmore from Villanova to fill the small forward role that the Nets have been missing for so long. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 4 for the Magic. I mean, the Magic, they feel like solid. Like just solid, but not super good. They had the first pick last year. They had, I'm pretty sure, had Paolo Banchero. They're looking pretty empty at power forward. So it looks like they need a big guy. I feel like Bol can move around a little bit. But I'm thinking Dylan Mitchell from Texas. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slide. I wasn't going to correct you on that because it's your opinion, but Paolo has been playing more of a small forward, power forward combined role so far. But I can see him moving to just small forward if Bol continues on the projection that he's on. Yeah. And then obviously Dylan Mitchell could come in and, I mean, we'll see between him and Bol, depending on the rest of the season, obviously, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, good pick.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, so we got the Pistons here. Now, obviously, they're looking really good right now with Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. They're looking like they're going to develop into great pieces for the future. Killian Hayes, obviously, we don't know about Killian Hayes. I mean, it's kind of like a bust type of thing going on right now, but we'll see. And, again, it's another team lacking that small forward depth and just that star small forward that everyone needs, that great wing player, defender, good on the offense, pull up from, mid-range, anywhere like that. And, Bogdanovich is getting pretty old now. So I'm gonna go with Amen Thompson for them, fill in that hole that just in case if Bogdanovich leaves or decides to retire, in the next couple years, they have a young guy learning underneath him that can come and fill in that hole for him when he leaves.
All right. All right. I like that. Okay, so I got the Hornets. I mean, the Hornets, their big hole has got to be like the bigs. I'm looking at center here. So I'm looking at the draft board and I see Derek Lively Jr. Now, what can I say about Derek Lively Jr.? I don't know much about him, but he's a big guy. He's 7'1", wingspan 7'8". I feel like you're taking a chance on him, but if you're trying to fill a hole, I mean, you have Terry Rozier, you have LaMelo Ball, your backcourt's good. Kelly Oubre, Gordon Hayward, a little bit. PG Washington is fine, but the Hornets always need that center, so I think I like Derek Lively.
All right, good pick, good pick. Good pick. All right, now we have the San Antonio Spurs, who almost have holes in every single position that you can ask for at this point. But, I feel like they just need, this one's going to be quick. I just feel like they need that facilitator for the future. And I feel like Keontae George would be a perfect fit for them next to Devin Vassell. Just, developing an even younger backcourt that can develop as a whole together, I think would benefit the entire team. I mean, Jeremy Sohan got drafted last year, and he's looking pretty good, decent, but, he has years to develop. So why not just get a young point guard to help run with that team? And even Charles Bassey is looking great. I don't know why the Sixers got rid of him, but, whatever. So I'm going with Keontae George, point guard, developing that young backcourt.
All right. Utah Jazz, we know. They've been surprising everybody. So, what do you really need here? You got Lauri Markkanen exploding. You got Mike Conley, Colin Sexton on point guard, Jordan Clarkson, most improved player last year, I think. Kelly Olynyk. So I'm looking at my thing. I see Osar Thompson, and I think he's the twin to Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, saw that. So
you're going with Osar?
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at Osar Thompson, 6'7". I like what I see. Jason Richardson, Terrence Ross, that's the comparison. I think that could work out. I think they need something like that. Just a solid guy.
All right. Good pick. Well, obviously we'll see what happens with the Jazz. Mm-hmm. They could be on just like a little Cinderella run to start the season and then tank, but they're a real solid team, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, now,
Thunder.
Right here, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder, and unfortunately for Lou Dort, I'm going to be replacing him because it's just you can get a better option in this draft with so many good players coming into the league this year. Mm-hmm. That a lineup with Josh Giddey, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's just been putting up 40 points per game recently. You got Pokusevski try to run, but Chet Holmgren's coming up next year, so we'll see that lineup. And I feel like Dariq Whitehead would put a perfect cap on that small forward position for the Thunder. I mean, he's just such a versatile player that I think he might even go higher in this draft, but, we'll see. I mean, he's getting, comparisons to Bradley Beal. Obviously, this would mean you go a little bit, of a smaller of a lineup with him being 6'4". Mm-hmm. But, I mean, with a 6'9" wingspan, I think he's perfectly capable of playing that small forward role for the Thunder, who like to get experimental with most of their, lineups. So I think Dariq Whitehead would be a good pickup for them.
Okay, I like that. All right. So now we got the Magic. Pretty sure they were picked. They picked something. Dylan Mitchell. Right. Was that me? No, that wasn't.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, that was me. Okay, so we got Dylan Mitchell as the power forward. We got that hole fixed up. So I'm looking. I see I see Nick Smith Jr. I feel like, I mean, you got Franz Wagner. Who feels solid. I don't know who I'd pick. I mean, I guess you just... Terrence Ross, he's alright. Jalen Suggs. Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of guards. Like, solid guards. I don't know. Maybe you just go double down on power forwards. That's what I'm thinking of. So on the board right now is Kel L. Ware.
Khalil Ware, yeah.
Yeah, so he's
Gonna go
7 foot. Doesn't have a wingspan apparently. But 210. I like what I see. I like what I'm reading. Blocks, Jarrett Allen plus shot blocker. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. Khalil Ware, going number 10. All right, now here is where we go and think of the future for the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Nick Smith Jr., obviously a great player. Probably should go higher in this draft, but we'll see based on other teams' needs. But right now, the Warriors need to think of when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are no longer in the league, right? You have Jonathan Kuminga to replace Draymond Green for a little bit once he retires, which might be in a couple years, or I mean, he might leave the team next year. But James Wiseman, Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney is a solid center, right? He gets you rebounds, he gets you all that. But Nick Smith is a future pick. He's going to learn from Steph Curry. He's going to learn from Klay Thompson. Man, he's even going to learn from Jordan Poole. The Warriors have a lot of guards on the team, but Nick Smith Jr. is above and beyond all the other ones they have here. He might be better than Jordan Poole in a few years. We'll see. Obviously 6'5" shooting guard, great. Comparison to Gilbert Arenas, I think it's a perfect fit for when the Splash Brothers retire. So I'm going to go with Nick Smith Jr.
All right, I like that. Yeah, he fell way too far for me. Okay, the Knicks with their I don't know. They got a big three, I heard, but Jalen Brunson, I don't know. They just feel like meh. Like, what are you gonna do? So I'm looking at the board. I see Terquavion Smith. I feel like what you need right now. Well, you're already too far down to make a big splash. But I mean,
maybe not in this draft. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. Terquavion Smith, 6'3". I like that. 165, 6'6" wingspan. I think he's taller than Jalen Brunson. But they did pay him a lot. I mean, okay. Well, let me look a little more. Kason Wallace. Point guard, 6'3", 175. Feel like you just need a point getter. Jalen Brunson, he's good enough at the point guard. Julius Randle, I don't know what he does anymore. And after that 1 year. RJ Barrett, So I like Terquavion Smith. I like it. Maybe put him in shooting guard.
Okay.
Or I'd pick a big guy, but the big guys up now look good.
Yeah. All right, Terquavion Smith.
All right.
Good pick.
Thank you.
All right, so now we got 13 to the Heat, which, obviously I don't think the Heat are going to be 13, but, we'll see the rest of the season. This is based off the first couple weeks of the season, so, we'll see. Obviously, 27th pick last year, they had Nikola Jovic. Hasn't really been doing anything at all yet because they don't need him. I mean, Bam Adebayo and Dwayne Dedmon are better than him already. I mean, come on. They've been in the league for a while now, so there's no way he's going to get PT over them. But I think they're going to go with I don't know. I think they're going to go with a shooting guard and then convert him into their point guard because they really need a new point guard. Kyle Lowry's getting old. Gabe Vincent, mid. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really need Gabe Vincent. So I feel like you can go, a lot of ways with this, but I'm gonna take it and go with Casey Wallace from Kentucky over here. Averaging 6 assists per game as a shooting guard. Move him over to point guard and see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, he's replacing Max Strus. You got Tyler Hero. Maybe put Tyler Hero point guard and see how that works out. But yeah, Kason Wallace is looking like the pick here for the Heat if they drop this far, obviously.
All right, so it's the Clippers. I'm getting some mixed messages with my scouting reports. I'm looking at shooting guard on the one report, and I'm looking at power forward on the other one. So I'm gonna take power forward because we look at the Clippers right now. I mean, they got Reggie Jackson, John Wall. They're good. They got Paul George. Got Kawhi. We don't know what's going on with Kawhi. And then they got like a lot of people at power forward, but not anyone really. They all look old.
Yeah, they are pretty old.
Yeah. So I'm looking at two people right now. I'm looking at Jarris Walker, who I'm getting contradictory stuff about. And I see Anthony Black, who is a point guard. A 6'7" point guard. Compared to Josh Giddey. And I feel like they need that kind of player, I feel like they're just so traditional. Or just like straightforward. So I think if you put in Anthony Black, that'll mix things up. You can get him shooting guard. I feel like he'll be more, or maybe, Reggie Jackson, Anthony Black. I don't know. Just something to spice it up. I think they need that.
Yeah, Clippers definitely need a little spice in there if they want to do anything big with Paul George and Kawhi.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Good pick, Anthony Black. All right. 15th, we got the Pacers. And I think the Pacers are going to fall further than this because while Tyrese Halliburton is doing good, we've heard trade rumors between Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. So,
yeah.
We'll see how that pans out. But as of right now, Ben Mathurin, I have him playing shooting guard for the foreseeable future. So, if you do anything, it's going to be Tyrese Halliburton, Ben Mathurin, and then centers, power forward, small forward. No idea what the future holds for that. But I'm going to be going with 6'7" small forward from Kansas, Grady Dick. I mean, the comparison's not really that good. I mean, he's compared to Brandon Rush, which I don't think so. He could be a much better player than Brandon Rush ever was. And, his shot-making ability is great. And then combine that with Tyrese Halliburton's, shot-making, his shot-creating, I think you have a dynamic duo between Grady Dick and Tyrese Halliburton. So that's who I'm picking with 15 for the Pacers.
All right. Sounds good. So we got the Jazz up again. I mean, I already said what I had to say. I think now you can start looking for a backup for Colin Sexton. So I'm looking at Jarris Walker right now. Jarris Walker, 11.0 points per game, 7.7 rebounds. I'm pretty sure this is the guy who was a power forward. Yeah, but I mean, you look at their power forwards, I don't know them either. You got Jared Vanderbilt, Rudy Gay. I played with him in 2K13, so he's got to be old too. So I'd pick Jarris Walker here. Jarris Walker, power forward. Leave him on the bench for 1 or 2 years, and then I think he'll be ready.
All right, good pick. All right, next pick is the Raptors, and the Raptors have a great rotation of point guards that are solid but not stars. Fred VanVleet, I can see him being here for the next 3 or 4 years. Obviously, you got Gary Trent Jr., who's good. OG Anunoby, who's going to be here he might stay there his whole career. You never know. Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year ladder, great for the power forward. And you got Chris Boucher, Christian Coloco, two guys who are looking real solid at that center position. But I could see everyone shifting down the lineup. Say Fred VanVleet doesn't want to be here anymore, or say Fred VanVleet's getting old. He's not the man he used to be. Then you can put Gary Trent Jr. over at point guard, OG shooting guard, Scotty at small forward, Koloko Boucher at power forward.
Hmm.
And for my pick, you got Baba Miller at center from Florida State.
Okay.
Baba Miller is looking really good. He should go higher in the draft, but obviously things don't always work out like that. I could see him falling a bit more because centers, obviously in this draft, aren't valued as much because the top being Victor Wembanyama. No one compares to him, right?
Mhm.
And I just see Baba Miller, 6'11", 204, has a 7'2" wingspan, and I mean he's a perfect fit for what the Raptors play basketball like. He's a Bobby Portis comparison. Bobby Portis would go perfect in this Raptors lineup, and so that's why I think Baba Miller is going to get selected at number 17 by the Raptors.
That looks good. So we got the Kings up. I mean, I don't even know what to say about the Kings. Got De'Aaron Fox. Well, I mean, they got to be doing good if they're not in the lottery.
I mean, they're decent.
Yeah, you got Sabonis, Fox, Kevin Herter, the Connor Eric guy who beat us. So they got Harrison Barnes, K. Murray. I do not know K. Murray. I'm looking at
Keemer. Their pick from last year.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I mean, they got a pick from last year, but I'm looking at a guy like you had Buddy Hield with De'Aaron Fox, and then he's in Indiana now. So then you got Kevin Herter. I feel like you need a guy who can just like be a solid defender at the shooting guard. So I'm looking at my my board right now, looking at Ray and Rupert, who averaged 8.4 rebounds, 8.4 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists, which is okay. It's going to be a shooting guard. And, I don't see much about him, but I have a feeling he'll be good. You just got a feeling. You got to trust that sometimes.
Trust that gut feeling.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going with Ryan Rupert?
Mm-hmm.
The Kings? All right. All right, now I got the Knicks, and I got this pick perfectly set up, right?
Oh.
You got a dude from Alabama named Brandon Miller who can come in and I don't care if he's playing power forward this year. He's moving over to center because you got Jericho Sims and Isaiah Hartenstein. Obi Toppin is mid, all right? Obi Toppin is mid. Julius Randle is mid. They need that big man for the future, the big man they're going to build around. They need that Patrick Ewing-type player that they had in the 90s, except this one's going to win, even though I hate the Knicks. This one's going to win. They're going to build a championship team off this dude, and I'm selecting Brandon Miller from Alabama, a freshman.
I like that. I didn't see that one, I don't have the best scouting guys. So, but I got the Lakers. Now, I think about the Lakers. I mean, you got Westbrook, who's been doing good off the bench. You got Austin Reeves, the white boy. I heard about him. I like what I hear. Kendrick Nunn, he got that one tweet. Is that Lonnie Walker on small forward?
Yeah.
All right. So you got LeBron and Anthony Davis. I think this is another future pick. You got to think about the future. I'm looking at a real young guy who is coming out of South Carolina. I like what I see. He's got the points per game. He's got the rebounds. Born December 2004. I know some of my classmates who are older than that, and they are not going to the NBA. They're going to DCCC. I'm picking G.G. Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. G.G. Jackson, solid pickup for the Knicks. Or not the Knicks, the Lakers, who, unfortunately, with one of the worst records in the league, do not hold their own first-round pick this year.
They got the Pelicans.
Because the Pelicans have that pick.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Now, I have a perfect setup for this because I'm looking at a dude that is 6'7", 190 with a 7'3" wingspan to fill in that small forward role for the Memphis Grizzlies, and a guy that is probably going to go higher in the draft because of his raw talent with his Richard Jefferson, Andre Iguodala comparison, and we're talking Andre Iguodala on the Sixers when he
Oh
was dunking
shoot.
on everyone, catching lobs from Allen Iverson, right?
Uh-huh.
I am going with my boy Jordan Walsh out of Arkansas
Walsh.
to fill that small forward role that the that the Grizzlies need on that team. He needs that John Morant and then another just hype guy on the team, and I think that's what Jordan Walsh is going to bring to the Grizzlies next year.
All right. I like that. I like that pick. All right, back to the Knicks. I might have did them dirty. I don't know. They got a center last pick. You got Cam Reddish, Evan Fournier. I'm looking at another guard, You get so many picks, you got to just try it. I'm looking at Chris Livingston, 6'6", out of Kentucky. I mean, he's just a physical guy, and I think they need some of that in the guards because, I mean, you're not getting that out of Jalen Brunson, not getting that out of Derrick Rose, definitely not. So, I like Chris
not anymore,
Livingston.
at least.
Oh yeah.
All right, Chris Livingston. All right, Phoenix Suns. Obviously, we don't know what is going to happen with DeAndre Ayton, assuming that in the next few years he's going to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
So why not pick up another center to help? And I'm going with Kyle Filipowski. Name is terrible to pronounce, but out of Duke, he's playing aside Dariq Whitehead, Derek Lively this year with one of the best classes we've seen in a while from Duke. Probably the best since Zion and RJ Barrett. But I've been watching a few of his games, and he just looks very, very solid. I mean, he's averaging 14 and 12 a game. Obviously limited play time. They just lost to Kansas yesterday, but Kyle Filipowski's looking like he's going to dominate college hoops for this year and then just go to the league and also dominate there. So that's who I have the Suns picking with the future of DeAndre Ayton unknown.
All right. Yeah, that's a good pick. The Suns, their time's running out. So now we got
unfortunately.
the Pacers. Yeah. So now we got the Pacers. I mean, sorry, who was picked before?
I got Grady Dick.
Grady Dick. Unfortunate name. But, I mean, you got power forward. You filled up the shooting guard. So I'm looking towards just another forward to, fill it out. I'm looking at Arthur Kaluma, Creighton, sophomore.
Okay.
14 points, 5.3 rebounds. That's like a nice counterpoint with Buddy Hield, who's more the threes, So you got to get another guy just to round it out.
All right. Solid pick.
Thank you.
Now we got the Jazz again. Jazz have a lot of first-round picks.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll see what happens the rest of the season, like I said. But we have Asar Thompson and Jarris Walker going there. We got a forward and a guard. We'll obviously see what goes on the. Larry Markkanen's looking like that breakout player that we always wanted. But Jared Vanderbilt, Rudy Gay getting old, so you never know what's going to happen there. Jordan Clarkson, Malik Beasley is also getting old, but Jordan Clarkson's looking like that breakout player that they wanted. But obviously Jarris Walker can come in and fill in that backup role. But right now I'm looking at that Kelly Olynyk, Walker Kessler combination, right? And with Jared Vanderbilt, Rudy Gay, and Asar Thompson, we'll see what happens with that. But the spot they're looking like right now, the 25th, Leonard Miller should still be on the board. So realistically, I think Leonard Miller will be there instead of Asar Thompson. So that's why I'm going to go to fill that power forward center role that they're obviously getting older in, and that they'll need soon. So, yeah.
All right, I like that. So now we got the Hawks. The Hawks, Sixers just lost to them.
And then we beat them.
Oh yeah, then we did beat them. And then Embiid dropped was that when he dropped his career high?
Nah, he dropped 42 on the Hawks and then 59 on the Jazz.
Right. So if I'm the coach of the Hawks, I'm telling him, how did we let that happen? I'm looking at my big Clint Capella, Okongwu, John Collins.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Onyeka Okongwu. And I got John Collins and Jay Johnson. John Collins is good, but I don't know about his defense,
Yeah.
So I'm looking
Solid.
yeah, but not the guy who you need. Like if you got Wembanyama, like you need someone to hang with him. So I'm looking at Adam Bona out of
It's
UCLA.
because he's a bona fide future star.
Sir.
Perfect
Born in
last name for that.
Nigeria. 5-star recruit. One of the top players in the 2022 class. Runs like a deer. I like what I hear.
I'm liking what I'm hearing too. Adam bona fide star.
Sir.
All right. So now we have the Hornets right here with Taylor Maladon, Dennis Smith, obviously. I think it's Dennis Smith. I don't know. I don't know who their point guard play is right now with LaMelo Ball being out. It could be Terry Rozier. It probably is going to be Terry Rozier or LaMelo Ball. But we'll see what happens the rest of Terry Rozier's career. Kelly Oubre, PJ Washington, and then to fill that center role, we drafted Derek Lively, the man from Westtown, right outside here. But I think they're going to go point guard. I think they're going to go Marcus Sasser out of Houston. Obviously, 6'2", 195, so, smaller guy. He's a senior, but, he had a few injuries, and he's just now getting back on the court. And he's looking great for Houston. 15.7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game. I think he fills that perfect role that that they thought Taylor Maladon was going to fill, but obviously didn't. So I'm going with Marcus Sasser, point guard from Houston.
All right, I like that. So yeah, next we got the Bulls. I can't help but look at that point guard slot. You got Lonzo Ball, but just keeps getting injured, man. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for point guard here. I see J.J. Starling and Amari Bailey, and I think I know who I'm picking. I'm picking the do-it-all combo with an extra gear of athleticism, and who's compared to Avery Bradley Plus. I don't actually. Now that I think about it, I don't think they need Avery Bradley Plus. I think they need J.J. Starling, 3.5 assists out of Notre Dame, freshman. I like that. I like what I see.
Decent pick.
Thank you.
All right, and next pick we have the Houston Rockets, who are the worst team in the league this year record-wise. Obviously, selecting Victor Wembanyama first overall fills that that center spot greatly. You could even move Jabari Smith over to small forward, but Tari Eason's also good, and Eric Gordon's going to be gone next season. So obviously we'll see what happens, but I have them going with another small forward shooting guard because he is on the smaller side. But I'm going to go with Caleb Love from North Carolina. He's 6'3", 180. He's returning to USC for another season, because obviously he wants that draft stock to go up, averaging 20.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. A perfect wing player that this team needs, another young guy. Maybe they bring in an older guy to either start over him and mentor him or something with Eric Gordon being gone next year. He has a comparison to Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis was a solid player in his early years, and I think it would benefit the Rockets not getting a guy who needs the ball in his hands 24/7, right? So I'm gonna go with Caleb Love, and maybe they run another small ball lineup like they used to do with James Harden. But I think he's gonna be a solid pick for them.
All right, I like that. So now we got the last pick of the draft. You gotta think the Pacers are going trade here, but can't do that. So I'm just gonna pick the top player off the board. I don't know how he's fallen this far. Julian Phillips out of Tennessee. Just get yourself some high-value players, maybe for some assets in the future.
Obviously. If you're in this position as the Pacers, you're either trading it or going best available, and, best available here is not a bad choice.
Yeah.
And that wraps up our mock draft for early season.
All right.
This is the final draft board. We'll see how this changes over time. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a mid-season and then an end of season when the lottery comes out. But as of right now, everything's jumbled right now. We don't know where people are going to pick. So this is just real tip of the iceberg type stuff when it comes to this draft, because so many things can change in the course of a year. Maybe Wembanyama gets hurt. You never know. Scoot Henderson could get hurt. You never know. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen, because he's looking like he's going to be the best prospect since LeBron. But yeah, I mean, this has been our draft. Hopefully we get some of the picks right. Hopefully not completely wrong, but so far this is what it's looking like is going to happen.
Yeah, it looks good to me. All right. Thank you for watching Horsie Rebel Network. When's the last time we uploaded? I don't know, since my Love Your Haters tour. All the way back.
It's been a while.
April 2021. I don't know what to say. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching, supporting. We are going to be posting every 3 months. Yes,
sir.
3 months. See you then. Where?